The provincial government will be slashing tuition fees for university and college students by 10% next year. But at the same time, the Ford Tories are also eliminating the program that grants free tuition to low-income students. Now, Richard Southern joins us now. Richard, this announcement was generating quite a bit of buzz today on campuses, but also here at Queen's Park.
Yeah, absolutely. And the government said, listen, OSAP unsustainable the way it is. Some of this changes, though, I'm getting a lot of feedback on. In particular, the fact that they're going to get rid of the 6-month grace period for interest rates. So, Christina, as soon as you graduate, you're going to start being hit with interest on your OSAP loan. So, I'm getting a lot of tweets about that.
Well, I can imagine. It's as soon as you exit, you've got your degree in hand, and all of a sudden you've got much bigger bills.
I'm looking forward, though, to your full piece coming up on CityNews at 6 about this announcement, because there's a lot of components to it.
Oh, there is, really.
Busy day here at Queen's Park. Christina, I was waiting starting at 8 o'clock this morning outside of a caucus room here. The entire PC caucus was here at Queen's Park today. And it's sort of stoking speculation again about, is the House going to come back early from its long Christmas break? I asked some of the MPPs.
It's great to be back with my fellow caucus members. It's ready to go for round 2.
What was the hot topic today?
What happens in caucus stays in caucus.
Legislature coming back next week, right?
The legislature's coming back when it's supposed to come back, and I look forward. I think, to tell you the truth, if we came back next week, my wife would give me a little talking to.
And the other big story, kind of breaking late here, courtesy of the Canadian Press, is the housing allotments for MPPs that don't live in Toronto have gone up. They're getting $2,300 a month to live in Toronto, Christina.
Well, we all know how expensive rents are in Toronto, so that kind of almost makes sense, right?
You could argue that. A lot of people, though, saying, hey, I don't get $2,300 a month.
No, neither do I, and neither do most of us. But they do MPPs here actually earn considerably less than their federal counterparts. So it kind of could be a balancing situation.
True.
Moving on to U.S. politics
Which
now.
We all love right now. Which is never a dull moment in U.S. politics right now.
That's right. There's never a dull moment when it comes to south of the border. But move over Superman, Batman, G.I. Joe. There's a new action figure on the market.
It's Robert Mueller, who's heading up this big investigation into Trump. He's got his own action figure. The company that makes it describes it, Christina, as having a fixed gaze because he knows, he knows, an extended finger which pokes a hole in flimsy alibis, sturdy pockets to hold a strong moral compass. It retails for $20. Perfect for a political junkie like you for next Christmas, maybe.
Or even my birthday. It's a little bit sooner.
There you go.
They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, unless, of course, you post it on Instagram.
Which everyone wants to do. Everything for the gram right now. So if you want to get married in a chapel down there, maybe you want to pick this one. There's been a chapel designed for that perfect Instagram shot. And artists creating this black and white wedding chapel. $250 to get married in this 800 square foot chapel that's creates the perfect shot for you. I don't know.
It's all about how you look on social media, right?
Sure. But I guess if you're getting married by Elvis, it doesn't really matter if you're in an Instagram chapel or not, right?
So many people are willing to spend big bucks to stay young, but this new trend is a little bit controversial to say the least.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go down this road, Christina. So there's a company in the United States. They have 5 locations. They use blood from young people, inject it into older people with the promise that it will rejuvenate you and give you a more youthful feel and appearance. Now, they take the blood from 16 to 25-year-old donors. There is no scientific proof that this actually works, although the company points to some studies in mice. It's not cheap. $8,000 to $12,000 per injection.
I don't even think that something like that would actually be legal in Canada, and I don't know if I would want to do it anyways.
No, I don't want someone else's blood unless it's an emergency. I keep my youthful TV appearance by staying mostly on the radio, Christina. That's how I do it.
You've got a face for TV. We all know it.
You're very kind.
Thanks for joining us, Richard. We'll chat with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Christina.